Okay, so as you can see, I don't have the doors on just yet, but we're getting there. I just, get my finger out of the way, I just glued these on. I'm waiting for this to dry. And then I'm gonna get the little pushers clicked onto that, or connected to that, and then get them back onto the hinges there, and we'll be good to go. The other bit I'm doing, as you can see, I've already started. I have this egg crate. This will be going on top of the tank. On that left side where the Francis's basking spot is. I'm cutting out this bit here for the bottom. I've already got some sides for it, and we'll be getting this all taken together. But I just thought I'd give you, tell you about this, because I didn't tell you about this in the first bit. And I'm just going to keep working. Once I get some stuff together, I'll bring you back for it, because this channel is about the tanks, not about doing this kind of stuff. So, I'll bring you back for more later. And we're back. The doors are on. Not the best carpentry job in the world, but they are on there, they function, they hide all of my supplies that are underneath there. So I've got that done. And then I also have, there's still some work to be done, but this is what's going on top of the tank. I need to cut the ends of the zip ties off and stuff, but I also need to, if this was the bottom, I'm going to be cutting a square out here so that I can dangle it at an angle into the water for Francis to crawl up on. And then over here on this side I have some a little bit of indoor-outdoor carpeting to put on there. But that's a project for tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow I have this, as I trip over stuff, I have this 20-gallon tank. There is a little bit of a leak in the tank, but it's going to work long enough for me to do what I need to do with the 55-gallon. It's only a couple of ounces of water in almost 8 hours, so it'll be plenty enough time for me to take care of the tank. But I'm going to get the Goldfish and Francis in here, get the big tank cleaned, get it redone, and just start refilling it with water and get all this other stuff on top of it. But I'll bring her back in the morning when we're ready to do all that. So we'll see you again here in a few seconds. Okay, welcome back. Today's a big day. We're messing with the tank, gonna clean it out, get the fish, turtle, everybody's out, get fresh water in, do what I'm doing with the tank. Probably not going to bring you along for that because it's going to take me forever. I might show some clips here and there of progress, but it's going to take me forever to fill this thing. I have the 20-gallon down here, just waiting to get them into it. I have the little crates, the little door. I've got the little carpeting in there for them. I didn't put a spot on there for the light, so something else I'll have to figure out. But the big thing right now is getting everybody out of the tank into the 20 and then just starting this process. So let's get going. Alright, so I've got the tank pretty much cleaned up, water out of there. I do have a little bit more stuff to scrape off of it right here, but I thought I'd show you the progress we're making here. So, got that all cleaned up. I can't remember if I showed you that everybody's in the 20-gallon, but here they are. I'm sure they're not necessarily thrilled about it, but it is what it is right now. Francis is not happy, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get this last little bit scraped off here and then start with the sand. It has been about an hour and a half, and you know, progress is progress, right? So I'll bring you back once I've got some more of this stuff put in there. Okay, so I've got the sand in. Only used one bag, so I've got a whole nother bag of sand to use, which is good because I've got another plan for it. I've got some rocks in. Absolutely no plan whatsoever, just kind of chucked them in there. And I think I'm going to leave this space empty. Just because. Why not? I've got plenty more rocks to go in, but I'm not going to go crazy. It's not going to be nothing but pebbles down in the bottom, because I want to be able to clean, and the rocks made it a lot harder to clean the previous tank. So I guess next step, I do have the piece of bogwood to get in there. I'm thinking it's probably going to go over here somewhere, but it's just time to get some water in, I guess. So I'll bring you back once I've got some more water in there, or any water in there, I guess is what I should be saying. Yeah, so water. Alright, we're back again. Many containers of water later. I've got it almost to the point where I want the water. I don't know, a couple more containers to go. But I do have enough water in there to get the filter running. And I'm going to go ahead and get the water treatment in. As usual, I'm going to be using API products. I use them for everything. So let me grab those real quick. Like I said, API products. I'm going to be using Quick Start and Aqua Essential for treating the water. So make sure you, when you go to use it, give everything a good shake. Make sure everything is mixed up, and then make sure you're following your instructions on it for the amount of water you have. Otherwise, we can get the water running, or excuse me, we can get the filter running. We don't want the water running anywhere. Filter running, water treatments in. I'll get a couple more buckets of water in here. We'll let it run for a little bit, and then it'll be time to get everybody back in there. So I will bring you back when the water's topped up and we're ready to start trying to get some people in there, or fish, or whoever I'm putting in here. Okay, so we're back. Tank's been running for hour and a half. Everything should be, all the treatments and stuff should be cycled through pretty well here. So what do you say we get some residents in there? I do need to get the piece of wood in there, so let me do that real quick, and then we'll get the fish in, and of course Francis. Alright, the wood is in. Probably move this back. There we go. Alright, so that's on there. Obviously, that is in the water for Francis to crawl up on. We'll get to that. Hopefully I can get some shots of him actually up there. But we do need to get the fish in. So there'll probably be some clever use of editing here, but we've got Francis to go in plus the fish, so let's just get them in. almost too big for the net. Okay, so that's all the goldfish. I've got the plecos and then Francis. So one. I just have to. Okay, Francis, come on. You can do it. There it is. Best to be difficult, aren't you? And there's number 2 for the plecos. Okay, so everybody's in except for Francis, and that was a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be. Only a little bit of water on the front there. So what do you say I get Francis out and get him in the new home? Okay, so here's Francis. I don't think we're gonna want to come out and say hello, but we'll go ahead and yeah, go ahead. And there we are. And completely covered in sand. So it's going to take a little while for everybody to get used to the tank. There's at least double the amount of swim room. So let's give them some time to get used to the tank and kind of explore a little bit. And I'll bring you back when everybody's a little bit more relaxed. Alright, so it's been a couple hours. I think everybody's doing, what they can to get used to it. The fish don't seem like they're bothered at all. Francis is still trying to get used to, where everything is and having to swim a good bit more. But as you can see, everybody's just moving around and doing their thing. So I'm just going to leave you here with a nice little view of the tank, and we'll just go from here. Thank you again for stopping by the channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and check out my links below. We've got the little coloring book down there that I did. Everybody that has purchased it, I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And I'll have some links for some of the products and stuff that I did use here. Not much on this one, more like API stuff. But I want to thank you everybody who's made it this far, and we'll see you again real soon.